We have some home buyers purchasing a home with minimal down payment. We see them with less than $1,000.
I'm gonna say something just to clarify for our audience, which is accessing the $18,000 grant comes in conjunction with getting a mortgage through Citadel.
The Hispanic population is fast becoming the #1 home purchasing segment nationwide in the country.
If you were to sit on our first-time home buyer webinars, you will hear me telling our clients what is true today may not be true tomorrow.
That is true.
So there is a narrow window of opportunity to apply for some of these programs. People often ask me, when is the best time to apply for a program? And I tell them, and welcome everyone to our series of videos aimed to educate our community about different programs, services, products, anything housing. I'm your host, Abraham Reyes-Pardo with the Urban League of Greater Philadelphia, and I have here with me today our great friend Ron Bricker with Citadel Credit Union to teach us, to show us, to educate us about some of the stuff that Citadel is doing. They have a very exciting new program that we are very excited about, and we believe that this could be a good opportunity to help our community launch into that universe. Good morning, Ron.
Good morning.
Welcome. Thank you for being here with us.
No, I want to thank you, Abraham, for having me and providing me the opportunity to talk about Citadel and our history, where we are now, where we're going, and the programs that we're offering. I know, but some of our viewers may not know, Citadel got their start in 1937 in Coatesville, back when a certain borrower or customer had to be an employee of a credit union. Our employer sponsor at that time was Luke and Still. So since 1937, we've expanded into what our regulator, the National Credit Union Association, CUA, calls community charter, where you have to live, work, worship, or go to school in Philadelphia and the 5 surrounding counties of Bucks, Chester, Montgomery, Delaware, and Lancaster County. Now, that doesn't mean that's where our lending footprint is. Provided you're eligible for membership, we call our customers members. Provided that member is eligible for membership, we will give them a mortgage in all Pennsylvania, New Jersey, Delaware, Maryland, North Carolina, and Florida.
Wow. That's amazing. But I want to emphasize something. You guys, and I hope I'm not spilling the beans, you guys are coming to Philly soon.
Correct. Right.
That's all I'm going to say for now.
Right now, we operate 24 branches in that community charter market. The closest branch we have is in Delaware County now. We will be opening a branch in the Overbrook section of Philadelphia in January or February at the latest. And we will be announcing, probably in the next couple of months, we'll be opening 2 additional branches in Philadelphia next year.
That's great. That's good. Amazing. We want to make sure, and for all the partners and all the organizations that we get to partner with, we want to make sure that the community can benefit and can access all the great products and services that you guys offer. But let me ask you something, because a lot of people are familiar with banks and in the world of mortgages, maybe with brokers and whatnot. Realtors, often that's a different conversation. But in your opinion, what makes a credit union, the credit union experience, different?
So how Citadel in the credit union world differs from traditional banking is that we operate as a nonprofit. Now, it doesn't mean we're a charity. We still strive to produce a profit, generate revenue, produce a profit. But in lieu of returning that profit to shareholders like a traditional bank strives to do, we return that in the form of lower interest rates on loans, higher rates of returns on CDs, shares, savings account, checking accounts in the credit union world versus the traditional banking. And a lot of times we charge fees that are less than traditional bankers would charge their customers, or some fees are non-existent altogether. For example, for our mortgages, we charge an $899 origination fee. Some of our customers charge double or triple that amount.
And I've seen those estimates and disclosures, and I can attest to that. So credit unions, if you were to ask me, in my experience, are more of a community member-driven organization. I think with your commentary earlier, you alluded to that. And you refer to your participants not as clients, but as members.
Which they are true members.
True members of the community. In addition to, we're going to get deep into the mortgage side and other exciting stuff that is happening. But in addition to that, you guys do other stuff. Can you give us just a little sprinkle of what else?
I mentioned that we're a nonprofit, not a charity, but we do a lot of charitable events within the communities we operate. I know we're a large sponsor of the CHOP annual walk and run that we just completed. I think that was in a few weeks ago.
Great.
That was a record turnout for Citadel. Close to 700 some employees that we have in their entire organization. I think close to 500 participated. Either showed up, ran, or contributed to the event. And then, of course, the branches, the 24 branches in which we operate in the community, they're embedded and they're working with other nonprofits, charitable organizations within the communities they serve. But as far as I'm with the mortgage side, the sales director for residential first mortgages. We also have business banking. We also offer commercial lending. And then we have traditional banking products, checking accounts, savings accounts, shares.
Nice. And you were mentioning briefly, you shared with me that you guys are very focused on financial literacy.
Definitely.
Which is a little bit of what we're trying to do here today. I was very excited when you and I connected first about this opportunity that Citadel is offering for home buyers in Philadelphia. I'm not going to say first-time home buyers, but you can bring me into that. Because the Urban League of Greater Philadelphia has been a trusted member of the community for 108 years.
Oh, wow.
And for the past 6 years or so, we have been really increasing in a more robust offer in terms of opportunities that we are sourcing, creating, partnering with to bring more people into home ownership. It is extremely important for us at the Urban League of Philadelphia that long-term residents have an opportunity to access sustainable home ownership. So all of that to say that we are very aware of grants, of products. We want to be part of those conversations because we want to make sure that our constituents, our clients can access that. And that's why one of the main reasons we're having this conversation is because I wanted to dissect this thing that is happening right now. If you were to sit on our first-time homebuyer webinars, you will hear me telling our clients what is true today may not be true tomorrow.
That is true.
So there is a narrow window of opportunity to apply for some of these programs. People often ask me, when is the best time to apply for a program? And I tell them when the program is available. If the program is not available, you cannot apply for it.
It's gone. Right.
It's gone. You guys have a very good program right now. I'm going to say we're coming out of the golden era of down payment and closing cost assistance because some actors have reeled back their commitments. We're seeing some of the 5,000s, 3,000s credits and this and that are going away. But you guys remain committed to this product, to this service. So let's get deep into the $18,000 grant.
Definitely.
And you can tell me a little bit or you can tell our audience a little bit of how that process works.
It's a great, terrific grant program we're offering now called the Citadel Home Help Grant. It is, like you said, $18,000. And it's available in Philadelphia County, specifically to those areas as designated a majority minority census tract, African American or Hispanic, Philadelphia County. $18,000 can be used towards closing costs or down payment assistance, and we do stack it with other grants available. PHDC's Philly First, up to $10,000. Philly Seeds, another $2,500. So we have some home buyers purchasing a home with minimal down payment. We see them with less than $1,000. They're able to close and become a first-time home buyer, which is great.
And that is terrific. Again, one of the concepts that we want to emphasize with our clients is the notion that people can tap into these resources to buy homes. You alluded to something extremely important and something that we teach our clients, which is stacking Citadels up to $18,000 with programs such as Philly First. I think you mentioned Philly Seeds, which is it's an IDA, Individual Development Account program, and other opportunities that will be out there. So you said $18,000. Is it up to $18,000?
It's up to $18,000. Typically, what we're seeing, most of our home buyers are utilizing the full $18,000.
Right.
And most of them, if I had to guess, I would say 80-90% are stacking them with the Philadelphia First. So that's $28,000 right there.
Great.
Plus the Philly Seeds, $2,500, $30,500. We can also use other grants too. If the home buyer has an employer-sponsored grant, we can stack those as well.
Yeah.
And there is really no limitation on the program. There is just one. The home buyer cannot make more than 150% of the area median income, which is, I think it's close to $171,000. And it is based on the borrower's income, who's ever on that loan application.
Yeah.
Some loan programs I know and some grant programs are based on household income.
Yeah.
This is based solely on the borrower's income. You do not have to be a first-time home buyer. A lot of people think that's a requirement.
Yeah.
You can actually own a property. However, if you currently own a residential property, you would have to sell it prior to closing on your new home.
Yeah. And it's exclusive for home purchases.
Correct.
This is not something that can be tapped into for refinancing.
We just announced something
Nice.
as far as a home equity that can be used for home improvements. Those details will be forthcoming next couple of weeks.
Oh, I'm getting very excited about
your
that.
interest.
Yeah. No, I love it when our partners get creative with this, because we only see so many products that look like this and have the reach that your guys' program is having. I'm going to spill the beans a little bit and let everyone know that you guys already completed close to 60 of these transactions. Correct. Based on a number that I heard somewhere. Yeah, you guys already did 60 of this. The money, the opportunities are moving really fast.
They are.
But that is also a testament to about the team that you have, the boots on the ground, the loan officers that you're working with that are bilingual as well. Shout out to Roxy, who I've been connecting a lot of folks from the realtor community with. You and I have done this before, and we had a couple of sessions, and that's kind of what prompted the idea of let's record one that is out there for people to see it all the time. And during that session, one of the things that we talked about is that amazing website that you guys have where people can go and get some of the resources that they need to access to connect with you. Can you give us a little bit about that?
Yeah, it's our consumer-facing website. If you go to citadelbanking.com, it will take you to that website. If you go...
repeat that website one more time.
Citadelbanking.com.
Citadelbanking.com.
And if you navigate to the borrower section, you'll see a whole section dedicated to mortgage banking. There's some nice tools on there as far as calculators, rent versus purchase calculators, and also will take you to the pages of some of our loan officers where you can see their background, see what they focus on as far as types of products, what type of home buyers. Most of our originators, our sales staff, do focus on first-time home buyers.
That is fantastic. So someone can go to citadelbanking.com.
And they can apply.
I'm going to say it one more time for those who are paying attention, citadelbanking.com. And you can, from there, basically connect with a team of dedicated professionals.
That's correct.
Who can help you access this product.
Right.
I'm going to say something just to clarify for our audience, which is accessing the $18,000 grant comes in conjunction with getting a mortgage through Citadel.
That is correct.
Credit Union. There is not a universe in which you get the assistance and you get a product from somewhere else. You can tap into other grants on payment assistance.
They do have to obtain their mortgage from Citadel. That's correct.
So give us a little bit of what is Citadel looking for in terms of being able to provide a mortgage for one of the people who are trying to apply for the grant.
So we offer a variety of different mortgages, from conventional loans. We sell the Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, also FHA loans, VA loans, and USDA loans. So we have the full gamut. We're considered a full-service mortgage banker. And not only do we have the mortgage products, a lot of those loans that we give our members, we service for the life of that loan.
Portfolio loans.
That's correct.
That's great.
Or even the ones that we sell to Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, or Federal Home Loan Bank, we retain servicing on. So they could possibly go into our branch a year from now and make a payment.
And still talk to Citadel.
Citadel.
Yeah,
And we
that's
service
great.
those loans. Our mortgage division is headquartered in Westchester. The credit union itself is headquartered in Exton, but we have a servicing team that services a portfolio of I think it's closing on $3 billion. Wow. So their loan will not be transferred to a national servicer, maybe in California. It will stay with Citadel.
And that is very important for a lot of our consumers that are first-time home buyers and maybe getting confused by some of these are common practices, are not
Right.
exclusive to Citadel.
Loans are sold in the
Loans are
industry.
sold in the secondary market. That is also a good thing in many ways because that ensures that the financial institutions have the liquidity
Correct.
to continue lending money to
Right.
different individuals who are coming your way. So I'm going to say something that you didn't say, but I think is important. You don't have to be a member in order to apply for a mortgage
That is
ahead of
correct.
time.
You just have to be eligible for membership. And what we will do is open up an account for you at closing. It's a one-page document application you'll sign at closing. So when they close on their mortgage, they will become a member.
They will become a member.
And going back to just touch briefly upon the products that we offer, on FHA loans, we can go as low as a 580 credit score. So we see a lot of borrowers who maybe 590, low 600s. That does not prevent them from getting a mortgage. We can go as low as 580.
Be careful with that. Yeah, 580 with other considerations.
Correct.
We're still looking for the 2 years employment
2
history.
years employment history.
We're still looking for tax returns that are being filed.
That's correct. If they're
Yeah.
self-employed, they have to
Yeah.
support the income that's on that application with their tax returns.
Okay.
Typically, some people complain there's too much documentation required in a mortgage. That's typically all you have to provide is 1 month's worth of pay statements, maybe 2 years W-2. It could just be 1 year of a W-2 and 2 months of asset statements. That's basically it. Now, if you're self-employed, you will have to provide 2 years of tax returns as well.
Yes.
But that's basically the documentation that you have to provide to get a mortgage. It's a pretty simple process.
It is.
And going back to our website, they can apply online or they can reach out to one of our loan officers on the website, maybe set up an appointment, have a conversation with them, or if they just want to apply, they can do it. It literally takes less than 10 minutes to apply via our secure website.
That is fantastic. I love that. And I'm going to make a plug for housing counseling. Obviously, if you connect with the Urban League of Greater Philadelphia, one of our housing counselors, your housing counselors can point you in the right direction. As well as Citadel is part of our list of friendship lenders. There's the realtors, the lenders, the loan officers are also part of our list of referrals. So anyone who is looking to expand on that information can also check with their housing counselor and get the information for Citadel along with other amazing lenders, realtors that we work with in the area. Yeah. I'm gonna double down on something that is important for the communities that we work with. You guys have a bilingual loan officer.
We do.
And I've been purposely sending emails to Roxy in Spanish.
She appreciates it.
And she appreciates that, right? Is there any, quite frankly, not a lot of lending institutions are as aware of the need for the Hispanic community. But you guys have made it a point to have bilingual staff.
Definitely. It just makes good business sense. And not only business sense, it's the right thing to do. The Hispanic population is fastly becoming the #1 home purchasing segment nationwide in the country. So I would love to have every loan officer be bilingual if I can hire them. But we have several on staff. Roxy, you mentioned.
Yeah.
We have a loan officer assistant. So loan officer assistant sometimes works with the originator. We have one that's bilingual. And not only is Roxy and Lizette, the loan officer assistant, bilingual, speaking both English and Spanish, Citadel as an organization has contracted with an interpreter company, and I think they offer the services of interpreting. It's over 100 languages. I think it's 112 languages.
That's fantastic. Yeah, language access is something that is very important for the populations that we work with. Spanish speakers being one of the most visible ones, but yeah, we here we also have access to interpretation services because we want to make sure that people are aware of these opportunities, and we know that some communities may not be applying for XYZ because the information is not available in that language. We have covered extensively a lot about this magnificent program, a lot of information. How does someone get started?
So what they can do is they can navigate to our website, again, citadelbanking.com, go to the borrowers section, and either find the contact information of a loan officer they would like to speak with. That page does have the bio, so they have the opportunity to select who they think they would like to work with as far as a loan officer. Or they can simply, within that page, navigate to the application. Again, it's an online application, it's secure, it takes less than 10 minutes to apply. If they want to become pre-qualified, if they do that application, they can become pre-qualified that same day. Typically, it's the following day. However, if they have the need to become pre-qualified that day, they can reach out to the loan officer, and the loan officer can turn that pre-qualification around within an hour or two.
Can you, ideally, someone who gets pre-approved, can you give us a timeline?
Sure.
How long will it take them to close? And people can't hold you accountable to this because I know that there are different scenarios.
A lot of variables.
They have different variables, but can you give us an idea of how long does it usually take?
Yeah, typically what the process is, someone comes to us, we issue a pre-qualification, and that tells them in their realtor how much they are qualified for, the purchase price of the home, how much of a required down payment, and the loan amount. Then they go out and they shop for a home. They come back with us, to us with a fully executed agreement of sale. From that time we receive the agreement of sale for a government loan, because our loan volume right now and the demand for the grant, we're requiring a 45-day window from the time we receive that agreement of sale till we close the loan. Conventional loans are a slightly shorter window. We can typically close those within 30 to 35 days. So as far as the entire process, a lot of that depends on, after we issue the pre-qualification, how long it takes them to find the property in a new home.
Finding the house.
That's it.
Yeah, finding the
That's
house
what takes so long.
is when it's going to be the challenge. If you guys are picky, then that might be taking a little bit longer than it should. But Citadel is describing a 30 to 40, I'm going to say 30 to 60 day timeline from the time you get a pre-approved.
Right.
So I'm going to double down, go to citadelbanking.com, navigate your way to borrowers, information for borrowers, connect with a loan officer of your choice, and then see if you have what it takes to get a mortgage from Citadel and to ultimately access the up to $18,000 grant that they're offering. Ron, I'm going to thank you sincerely for your partnership.
Thank you.
For your support of our program. We have been working on this together. We want many of our clients to be able to access this amazing opportunity. We work with a lot of folks who are otherwise ready to go through the process, meaning that they have been employed for 2 years, that they have a good credit score, that they have perhaps they have some money saved, but they don't have the full means that are needed to pay for down payment, closing costs. And that is a big portion of the population that we work with, which is the reason why it's so important for us to have, for them, they have access to down payment and closing cost assistance programs like the one you guys are offering right now. Thank you again for your time. Thank you for your consideration. And for you guys who are watching this video, make sure to navigate to some of our other videos. We have amazing stuff for first-time home buyers in English, in Spanish, stuff on fair housing, estate planning, and we continue to create this type of content. My name again is Abraham Reyes Pardo. I'm the VP of Housing at the Urban League of Greater Philadelphia. Thank you for watching.